Welcome to my class. In this class we will talk about system utilities. Utility is a program that performs a very specific task. The term system utility, it relates to a program that is helpful in managing system resources. Operating system contains a number of utility programs for managing disk drive, printer, and other devices as well. Some of the tasks commonly performed by utility programs include the following. Now the different types of system utilities. The first one, formatting utility. The term formatting utility refers to making the hard disk or floppy disk usable for the computer. So once you buy a new hard disk, first it has to be formatted in order to make use of it. The utility which makes it ready to use, that is called formatting utility. Defragmentation utility. The term defragmentation utility refers to reorganizing files on hard disk to conserve storage space. Those files which were spread over a large portion of the hard disk are now placed systematically in the allocated memory space so that their retrieval becomes more efficient and the system does not take more time to process and retrieve them. It means all those files which were scattered on the hard disk, they are put together so that the retrieval time becomes lesser. Backup utility. The term backup utility refers to copying the files on the external storage media for safety of data and security purpose. External storage media means our hard disk, CDs, DVDs, pen drive, etc. Search utility. The term search utility refers to the searching a particular file or document by its name or by date of creation or by date of modification, etc. We create number of files but we generally forget where we have stored that particular file. This search utility helps us to find out those files which we are not able to locate easily. Memory check utility. The memory check utility refers to the checking of space available on the hard disk, etc. Antivirus utility. A computer virus is a malicious code. Malicious code means a bad program. A computer virus is malicious code that has the ability to duplicate files and send copies of itself to other computers throughout the internet. A virus can alter, corrupt, and delete files, freeze, and interfere with other operations of the computer. Antivirus software is a computer program which detects, prevents, and takes actions to remove malicious software such as viruses and worms from a computer. For example, in the case of Windows, we have Windows Defender. This is an antivirus utility. Disk cleanup utility. Disk cleanup is a system utility which allows scanning the entire hard disk to search for extra room by deleting any unnecessary files such as temporary files from the internet and cookies. We often get connected to internet, and while we are searching internet, there are certain temporary files which are stored on our computers, which takes up a good amount of space on our hard disk. Disk cleanup utility clears all those files, it removes those temporary files, and it creates a space on our hard disk. System restore utility. System restore is a system utility that allows returning the computers to an earlier time in which it had not encountered an error. System restore is great for fixing problems that a virus has caused. It allows manually setting up restore points on a calendar and also automatically creates restore points on a regular basis as well as right before the computer goes through any major change such as installing a new program. Whenever we install a new program or some changes takes place in our computer, we can make use of system restore utility. It will restore the computer system to prior state in which we had no problems. Disk compression utility. Disk compression is a system utility that allows for a program to search the hard drive and compress files, particularly old or unused files. Sometimes we create files but we do not use them for a very long period of time. Those old files and some of the unused files, the disk compression utility, it saves memory space in our hard disk. This improves the computer's functionality and performance because it does not have to keep track of so many files at once. At the same time, it also releases disk space, which is the main function of disk compression software. Archive utility. Archive, another form of file compression software. It allows compressing a file or folder and then decompressing the file whenever user decides to do that. The most popular archive program is WinR. It is available on the internet without any charge. Registry cleaners utility. Registry cleaners are programs that allow scanning the computer for any error in the registry, which is a collection of core computer files that are essential to performance and functionality and repair them if needed. Registry cleaners are widely available on the internet and they clean up the mess that a virus has created on the computer. Registry files can also be corrupted if the user unknowingly deletes or modifies a file in the registry. This usually occurs when an inexperienced user tries to fix their computer and inevitably causes more damage than it was before. File splitter utility. File splitters are programs that allows breaking a file into smaller pieces in order to store or send files. File splitters are useful when an email attachment limits you to specific file size that can be transferred at one time, even though the file exceeds these limits. File splitters allow breaking the file into two or more pieces, sending them simultaneously, and then combining them back together when you are ready to use the file again. A good example of file splitter is file splits. It allows breaking a file of any size into multiple pieces and then combine the files together just as easily. Disk partitions utility. Disk partition utility can divide an individual drive into multiple logical drives, each with its own file systems, which can be controlled by the operating system and treated as an individual drive. Disk space analyzer. Disk space analyzer utility is for the visualization of disk space usage by getting the size for each folder, including subfolders and files in the folders or drive, showing the distribution of used space. File managers. File managers provide a convenient method of performing routine data management tasks such as deleting, renaming a file, moving a file, copying a file, merging, generating, and modifying data sets. Network utilities. Network utilities analyze the computer's network connectivity, configure network setting, check data transfer, are log events. Log is written record events. Screensavers. Screensaver is a program that was designed to prevent phosphorus burn in on CRT and plasma computer monitor by filling the screen with moving images or pattern when the computer is not in use. This particular utility used to work in cathode ray tubes, CRT tubes, but they are not used in LED monitors. System profilers. System profilers provide detailed information about the software installed and the hardware attached to the computer. What are the different softwares in our computer and what are the hardware devices attached to our computer? System profiler generates the complete details about hardware and software. Thank you very much.